Hello, my name is Casey Browning, and please pardon the mess. I'll be answering a couple questions, some mock up interview questions. Um, why did I decide to apply for this job? Specifically, being this job a, uh, a gameplay tester uh, with Bungie. I decided to apply for this job because I understand that this contract position, um, while it may be temporary, it could also be a step into the door at Bungie, and that would be amazing for me, especially straight out of college. I would love to be able to find my way into the industry somehow. I decided Bungie because I've fallen in love with the Destiny franchise. I've played it um, since Crota's End, I believe, late 2014. That DLC for Destiny 1 released. I do remember Forever 24 or Forever 23. Sorry. Uh, my long-term career goals. I would eventually like to run my own studio and work on a kind of open universe RPG. And I don't want to go into the details, but I want to eventually run my own studio with maybe some friends or some colleagues I make sometime over the next, let's say, 5 years. And in regards to what I'm doing to acquire the skills necessary, of course, I went to school for over 4 years for game design, and I'm taking those learned skills to benefit myself in the future, as well as doing research and development, design, different options that would potentially work for the future. My greatest strengths. Sometimes that can be a difficult question. I gotta say, though, personally, my greatest strength is my ability to learn. Um, I have I've got a knack for computer software, computer hardware, games, kind of um, being able to sit down and understand what is required, what is necessary for what I need to do, as well as picking up on rules, regulations, stuff like that, operating procedures. And this does not extend. Well, I'm sorry, it does extend past learning like computer languages. For the longest time, I was really good at C sharp, and that only took me maybe a week to learn, and that was way back in high school. As well, and this will kind of bleed into the next question, I'm really good on a team. I'm good as a de facto leader. But not only that, I can also work very well alone, independently. I can adapt to any situation I'm put in. And that'll lead into where did it go? I need to. What should we know? What should you know rather? That's not on my resume. Um, my background is ever since like before my freshman year of high school, computers have been my life, my everyday, and that leads through to today. So between video games, computer hardware, technical support, I have experience in that field. Um, in high school, I was one of the three heads of the computer building club. We ran for repurposed computers for charity. We would donate them to uh, less well-off families that didn't have computers in the neighborhood or in the city, and around Indiana, central Indiana, stuff like that. I believe this will be my last one. A work situation where you were under a lot of pressure and how I handled it. So currently I work in pharmaceutical, which can be extremely stressful if you are not entirely sure of what you're doing. Now, with that being said, one of the benefits of working in the pharmaceutical industry is that everything is supposed to be written down. Well, I've run into situations where running a batch or um, running product through a line and filling vials and syringes. I've run into a situation where necessary steps were not documented by whoever wrote the operating procedure. And with that, and that's already stressful. You're already in a clean room, can't lean on anything, can't touch anything really. Um, and by using, by the way I handled it, I slowed down, took a couple deep breaths, looked at what needed to happen, looked at what the operating procedure said needed to happen, and I worked through it slowly. I contacted my manager to get approval for or approval for moving forward with what I needed to do in there that was not written down, and I worked through it, and everything went great. Quality assurance was contacted just to so they could pass on to the guy that wrote the SOP that he needed to refine some of his steps. Two questions for this company is what is the um, work life? Sorry, no, bad way to word it. What is the what am I trying to say? What is the work like situation at Bungie? By that I mean, how do people interact with each other? Is it recommended, or is it? I'm sorry, not recommended. Is it required to not speak with other associates? Is it is it or is it more of a quiet situation, or is there banter? Is there talking back and forth? Are people working like glued to their computers working, or is it like people are trying to bounce ideas off one another, the intercommunication. Um, Another one. What is the how competitive is the pay at Bungie? I know that's a kind of a kind of a question I wouldn't want to ask, but I would ask. How competitive is the pay? Like, how is Bungie treating their designers, their QA testers, as opposed to, say, Blizzard, Activision, or EA, or any of these other major studios? Would you say that the rate of the compensation packages and whatnot, would that be better at Bungie, or would it be more beneficial if I were needing or looking into a more better paid uh, benefits package at Bungie opposed to EA, Activision, or any of the other major studios? And I believe off the top of my head that is all I can think of. So thank you for watching and have a great day.